Hello, it's 1 p.m. in RTT. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the president receives high-level Sudanese delegation. The Prime Minister presides over the meeting of the Order of Accountant of Djibouti. For the international scene, South Africa gets ready to launch its vaccination campaign. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, received late Monday morning at the Palace of the Republic an emissary of the President of the Sovereign Council of Sudan, Mr. Abdel Fattah Abdurrahman al-Burhan. The envoy, Mr. Yasser al-Attah, who carried a verbal message, is none other than an army general, a member of the Sudanese Sovereign Council. His visit to Djibouti is in response to the will of its president, who want the Djiboutian head of state to mediate in the border dispute between Sudan and Ethiopia. General Yasser al-Attah also took advantage of his audience with President Guelleh to reiterate his country's determination to work for the already privileged relations of friendship and cooperation between the two sister nations. Sudan's new request for mediation in Djibouti is in line with the request for good offices that based on the principle of its impartiality and its ability to bring negotiated settlements to a successful conclusions. The state of the region regularly resolves their differences with our country. During his audience with the President of the Republic, General Yasser al-Attah was accompanied by a large Sudanese delegation of diplomats and high-ranking military officers. The ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to the Republic of Djibouti, His Excellency Hamza Al-Amin Ahmed, also took part in this event. On the Djiboutian side, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mohamed Ali Yusuf, and His Excellency Ahmed Ali Barri took part in these talks. The ambassador of Sudan in Djibouti said the senior member of the Transitional Sovereign Council, Mr. Yasser al-Attah, met today with the President of Djibouti, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. Several topics were discussed, including the different border between Ethiopia and Sudan. The latest development was the main discussions, but also the bilateral relations between the two countries and the way to consolidate the fraternal ties that exist between Djibouti and Sudan. The ambassador of Djibouti in Sudan, Ahmed Ali Barri, has for his part indicated Sudanese new request for mediations in Djibouti is in line with the request for good offices that based on the principles of its impartiality and its ability to bring negotiated settlement to a successful conclusion. The state of the region is regularly resolve their differences with our country. Under the high patronage of the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, an official ceremony of the presentation of the Order of Accountant Expert of Djibouti, recognized by the acronym OECD. This event was attended by the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Budget, the Central Bank Governor, the President of the Chamber of Commerce, the President of the Djibouti Order of Chartered Accountant and its member, as well as officials of various public and private institutions and important personality. The objective of this event was to present and promote the Djibouti Order of Chartered Accountant in the various public and private institutions. The Djibouti Order of Chartered Accountant is an institution of public interest that serves the public interest and offers support for the development of economic operator and local entrepreneurship in collaboration with the institution. For his part, the governor of the central bank, Ahmed Usman, congratulated the OECD for its effort to carry out its function and encourage them to continue in this direction. The president of the Chamber of Commerce expressed his satisfaction at having participated in this event, which contribute to the improvement of the commercial center. For his part, the budget minister Abdul Karim Aden Sher told him about the importance of supporting companies and entrepreneurs in order to face the challenges. The Minister of Economy Ilyas Musa Dawale in turn expressed his readiness to support the efforts of the OECD to succeed and achieve advanced achievement in business and entrepreneurship, and thus strengthening the country's economy. For his part, the Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, said that the order of the chartered accountant is responsible for the promotion of the profession and welcomed the OECD's commitments to entrepreneurship and their ongoing support to economic operator to strengthen the country's economy. The professional of this organization accompany of our company on a daily basis, and I would like to salute their commitment to entrepreneurship and their permanent support for the women and men who make our country's economy grow. The Minister of Justice and Penitentiary Affairs in charge of Human Rights, Ali Hassan Bahdoun, received in his office on Monday, February 1st, the Ambassador of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Mr. Berhanus Geye Abera. The ambassador recalled that the historical relations between the two countries and expressed his gratitude for the support that the Republic of Djibouti has always shown to his country, very appreciable in this time of crisis, he added. The ambassador then thanked the Djiboutian administration for facilitating the passage of Ethiopian freight forwarders vehicles. The Minister of Justice and the ambassador also stressed the need to sign the current conventions between the two countries on mutual legal assistance, extradition, and transfer of prisoners. The two men then spoke about IGAT and the tremendous work done by this regional institution to address the tension that arise from time to time between member countries. Early this morning, the Minister of Defense in charge of relation with the Parliament, Hassan Umar Mohammed, presided over the inauguration ceremony of brand new buildings designed to house some of the female staff of the Djiboutian Armed Forces. On his arrival at Camp Sheikh Osman Sissao, the Defense Minister in charge of relation with Parliament, Hassan Umar Mohammed, was welcomed by the Chief of the General Staff, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim. Before going to the official tribune, the minister accompanied the CMGA by proceeding to review the troop, this time composed entirely of female armed forces staff. This colorful ceremony brought together at Camp Sheikh Osman distinguished guests, including the Minister of Women and Family Affairs, Mumina Ahmed Hassan, the Mayor of Djibouti, Fatma Awali Osman, all the commanders of the Djibouti garrison's defense and security institution were also invited, as well as several high-ranking officials of the Djibouti Armed Forces. This presence and closeness testify to the importance that the government and the civilian authority attach to our military and to the value of our country. In his address, CMGA General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim recalled that it was in November in 1977 that a group of female staff joined the Djiboutian armed forces. This change in the status of Djiboutian women has enabled female armed forces staff to occupy various positions within the armed forces as a doctor, health auxiliaries, social workers, technicians, and administrative staffs, not to mention the female military staff who participate in peacekeeping missions such as in Somalia since 2011. For his part, the Minister of Defense in charge of relation with the Parliament, His Excellency Hassan Umar Mohammed, in his speech congratulate the staff of the Building Engineering Department for the remarkable work accomplished. After the official speeches, the Minister of Defense in charge of relation with Parliament, His Excellency Hassan Umar Mohammed, and the officials present at the ceremony proceeded to the inaugurations of the brand new building. This elegant and modern new R+1 building is entirely constructed by the Building Engineering Department of the Djiboutian Armed Forces. The Minister of Defense, accompanied by CMGA, visited the premises of the new buildings for female staff of the Djiboutian Armed Forces. At the end of the guided tour, the Minister of Defense signed the Golden Book of the Djiboutian Armed Force. As usual, the military high command invited all the guests to breakfast in a serene atmosphere enlivened by the traditional songs and dances by heartbeat troop. The Minister of Health, Muhammad Warsama Diriye, yesterday morning proceeded to sign an annual work plan with the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, which is represented by the office manager in Djibouti, Aisha Ibrahim Jama. The signing ceremony of the document took place in the presence of the Secretary General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Salah Benoita Turab, the Director of Mother and Child Health, Fatuma Ali Abdallah. The aim of this joint work plan between the Ministry of Health and the UN organization is to provide technical and financial support in terms of policy to improve maternal and newborn health through a strategy to accelerate the reduction of maternal and neonatal mortality. In his statement, the Minister of Health, Mohamed Warsama Diriye, welcomed this agreement, which is in line with the national health policy that will undoubtedly contribute to the achievement of the strategic objectives in terms of reducing maternal and infant mortality. This morning, the Unity region hosted the launch of the fourth phase of the Initiative for Employment project. This is the preparatory phase of the National Employment Forum that will be held in Djibouti at the People's Palace from 17 to 20 February 2021. The opening of this workshop was presided over by His Excellency the Minister of Labor in charge of the reform of administration, Ismail Ibrahim Roble, and His Excellency the Secretary of State for Decentralization, Hamad Aramis. Also present were the Prefect of the region of Ali Sabih and Dikhil, the President of the Regional Council of Dikhil, the Vice President of the Regional Council of Ali Sabih. More than 50 participants from both regions to give their point of view and exchange ideas on ways and means of better consolidating job creation projects in the two respective regions. This initiative, which spearheads all government measures in favor of job creation, has the main objective of changing the collective perception of unemployment by our fellow citizens. For his part, the Secretary of State in charge of decentralization, His Excellency Hamadu Mohamed Aramis, has indicated that the issue of unemployment is a national issue, and to remedy these scourges that affect mostly young people, we will create jobs to improve the living conditions of our citizens. And for his part, the Minister of Employment in charge of the reform of administration, His Excellency Ismail Ibrahim Roble, said that through the inclusive program, we will create jobs for young people to enable them to learn to be active and participate actively in the creation of employment. For the international scene in South Africa, prepares to launch South Africa prepares to launch its vaccination campaign. South Africa will receive its first COVID-19 vaccines on Monday. It is the African country most affected by the coronavirus, with 1.54 million infections. For South Africa, it is a race against time, hit hard by a second wave and by a more contagious variant. The country has recorded more than 500 deaths every day in recent weeks. Faced with the emergency, Pretoria did not wait for the delivery of vaccines from the World Health Organization's COVAX system and brought its own doses. A million doses are to be delivered from this Monday. AstraZeneca vaccine is purchased at high prices, €4.3 per dose, from an Indian laboratory, the Serum of India Institute. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.
Une première à Djibouti, l'école ESIG, École supérieure d'ingénierie et de gestion, a ouvert ses portes et offre des formations à distance en ingénierie et en management, en partenariat avec l'IST, Institut supérieur des technologies de Burkina Faso, dont les filières proposées sont reconnues par la CAMES. Pour plus d'informations, veuillez nous rejoindre à notre adresse Maka Mukarrama, juste derrière le Grand Marché Riyad, ou par téléphone au 77 22 87 83.